It is Boomtown Week here on KREM 2, and we continue to track how all the growth in the region is impacting you and your family. And as more people move here, our roads are becoming more crowded, especially on Division Street.
So the north-south freeway will dramatically reduce that congestion, but after decades of construction, it is still not ready. KREM 2's Kyle Simchuk found out why and what's next.
Imagine getting from Wandermere to I-90 in 12 minutes. That's the promise of the North-South Freeway, an idea first conceived in the 1940s, a project that broke ground in 2001, and a corridor that to this day is still not finished, a fact that's become a popular punchline for Spokane memes.
You know, I like to reference it as a mythical unicorn, but it's going to come to fruition. We're going to see the fruits of the labor and it finally connect to I-90.
WSDOT Communications Manager Ryan Overton says the freeway should be finished by 2028. That's the latest estimate, at least. He says there's a reason it's taken decades.
The simple answer why it's taken so long is funding has been sprinkled out through so many years. So since 2001, there has been so much money allocated, which is why it wasn't done all at once. The funding wasn't available, right in 2001.
Funding for the entire $1.5 billion project is now secured, and crews are making progress. You may have noticed them building this latest stretch next to Spokane Community College. This will eventually connect to the north and south.
So that'll be every project under contract or under construction in the next 12 to 18 months. So it'll be very visible, and this will be getting done.
The freeway crosses the Spokane River and snakes through several neighborhoods. WSDOT had to purchase roughly 600 parcels to clear the way for the 10.5-mile freeway.
We work with the homeowners very closely, not only to purchase the property, but to help with relocation.
It's why the state owns the lot people at Camp Hope are living on. This is where the freeway will eventually connect to I-90. WSDOT still has about 35 more properties to buy, mainly to the south of Spokane Community College. Any leftover land that the state has once the corridor is complete can go back to the neighborhoods.
So we're looking further ahead at even restoring and reconnecting places like the East Central neighborhood. There's going to be some design work and some funding for a land bridge.
Once finished, the freeway itself will change the way Spokane's growing population travels north and south.
It's a huge difference. You've got 27 lights on Division, takes anywhere between about 30 and 45 minutes. It's a lot of truck traffic. All of that will be diverted onto the North Spokane corridor, free flowing, reduces emissions, travel times, and it allows us to reimagine other places such as Division.
The 6-lane, 60-mile-per-hour freeway will also provide faster, easier access to neighborhoods along the way.
It opens up new opportunities and economic opportunities for places like Hilliard. People are going to be more readily available to access the Hilliard neighborhood, so we'll likely see growth in that area.
We're already seeing that growth across the entire region. More cars and semis squeezing onto arterials which weren't designed to handle that much traffic. It's why the state says it's committed to finishing the North-South Freeway within the next few years. In Spokane, Kyle Simchuk, KREM 2 News.
All right, fingers crossed. It does finish at that time, right?
Looking forward to it.
My goodness. Well, our Boomtown coverage continues tomorrow. The Coeur d'Alene City Council passed a motion that would allow the city to hire a company to oversee short-term rentals.
Right now, the city estimates it has over 1,000 vacation rentals, but only 453 that are legally permitted. The city says because of complaints from neighbors, they're now looking into some new rules also to limit the number of short-term rental properties on any given block.
At the end of the day, regulation needs to be in place for those that aren't trying to follow the rules, because then there is a slight amount of, chaos and anarchy that can ensue.
So tomorrow, hear from a property owner who doesn't think an outside company actually needs to get involved.
KREM 2's Nathan Hyun will have that full story coming up tomorrow right here on KREM 2.